All right, let's jump right in. We are talking about the one thing that can make or break every single B2B deal. Really, truly understanding your buyer.
I mean, think about it. This is the big question, isn't it? Every single sales call, every email you send, it all starts with this mystery. You're trying to solve a problem for someone you've never even met. It can feel like you're just fumbling around in the dark.
And that's exactly what it is. Let's call it the sales mystery. You know, selling without a clear picture of who you're selling to is not just inefficient, it's super frustrating. So the real question is, how do we flip the lights on?
Well, we cracked the code with something called Buyer Personas. This, right here, is the key. It's the tool that turns that complete stranger into a character you actually know, a character with motivations, challenges, and goals that you can predict.
So, what is a buyer persona, really? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a detective's case file on your perfect customer. Now, it's not about a single real person. It's more of a character sketch that's built from real data. You're mixing together their demographics, their behaviors, their motivations, all to figure out what actually makes them tick.
And listen, this is not just some tool you use for the first phone call and then forget about. A really strong buyer persona is like the North Star for the entire company. It means the promise that your sales team makes is the same exact experience your customer success team delivers. It creates this one seamless conversation with your customer from start to finish.
Okay, so now that we know what a persona is, let's get to the fun part. Let's meet the cast of characters you are almost guaranteed to run into in any B2B deal. These are the archetypes, the key players.
First up, we've got the CEO, the visionary. This is the person steering the ship, right? They're always looking out at the horizon, thinking about big picture stuff like market position, competitive advantage, and where the company is headed in 5 years.
And this table just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have their pain points, the things that keep them up at night, stuff like inefficiency, roadblocks to scaling. But look at the other side. Their motivations are all about growth, advantage, getting that ROI. So here's the secret. You have to solve their pain to unlock their motivation. And this is what you're going to hear from them. When a CEO says it's too expensive, what they're often really asking is the return I'm going to get from this worth the price tag and the effort right now? It's a strategic question, not just a money one.
Okay, next up is the CFO, the financial guardian. If the CEO is asking, where are we going? The CFO is the one asking, yeah, but can we afford to get there? They are the ultimate protectors of the company's wallet.
For a CFO, literally everything is a calculation. They are digging into the fine print, looking for hidden costs, getting nervous about long-term contracts. So if you want to win them over, you have to speak their language. We're talking clear ROI, flexible payment terms, and hard proof of cost savings. It's all about making the investment feel safe. This quote says it all, doesn't it? The CFO lives and breathes in spreadsheets. They need the cold, hard data. They want to know exactly when they'll see their money back. No fluff, just the facts.
Now let's meet a totally different kind of stakeholder, the HR manager. We call them the people champion. Their entire world is about the employee experience, making sure the team is productive and, just making the company a great place to work.
And you can see they're really fighting a battle on two fronts here. On one hand, they're dealing with clunky manual processes and systems that don't talk to each other, but at the same time, they're navigating this legal minefield of compliance, data privacy, and labor laws. They need something that makes life easier for their people, not more complicated.
And this objection right here gets to the absolute heart of the HR persona. If their team won't actually use the new tool, it's a total failure. It doesn't matter what the ROI is. For them, user adoption, simplicity, and practicality, those things are completely non-negotiable.
And finally, meet the validator, the IT or operations lead. This person is the technical gatekeeper. And let me be clear, they don't care about ROI or team morale nearly as much as they care about security, stability, and integration. This person can greenlight your deal, or they can kill it with a single word.
And their checklist is no joke. It's very black and white. Does it integrate with what we already have? Is our data going to be encrypted? Is it compliant? Can we control who has access? For the IT lead, a single no to any of these questions can be an absolute deal breaker. You have to pass their security audit, period.
Okay, so we've met the players. We know who's in the room. Now what? How do we actually put all this knowledge to work? Well, that brings us to the playbook itself. the actual frameworks you can use to navigate pretty much any sales conversation.
See, just knowing the players isn't quite enough. You also have to understand the rules of the game they're playing. How does their company actually make decisions? Is it one person at the top who makes the call, or is it a slow-moving committee that needs everyone to agree? Your strategy has to change based on their internal process.
Here's another awesome little tool for your playbook, the Digital Readiness Thermometer. This just helps you get a quick read on your prospect's comfort level with technology. Are they brand new to this stuff and need a lot of hand-holding? Or are they an expert who's going to start asking you about your APIs? Tailoring how complex your demo is to their level is absolutely crucial.
So you've got your personas, you've got your playbook. How does this all plug into actually filling your pipeline with leads? Let's take a look at how this knowledge fuels the whole lead generation machine.
At the end of the day, leads basically come from two directions, right? Inbound, where they find you, and outbound, where you go out and find them. Your persona is like a magnet for both. For inbound, it helps you create content that speaks their language. For outbound, it acts like a laser, helping you find and research the absolute perfect accounts to go after.
And just like that, you've solved the sales mystery. Selling to a stranger is no longer just a shot in the dark. Once you understand their persona, their motivations, and how they make decisions, you're not just selling anymore. You're strategically solving their exact problem.
So, it all comes down to this. You know the characters, and now you have the playbook. The only real question left is, who are you going to talk to first, and how are you going to shape that conversation?